powers that be must watch my channel because they have chosen all of my favorite things to be the major trend-driven pieces for spring-summer 2025. I was so excited putting together this list, the best of spring trends for your next handbag. This is going to be the hardest one to film because quite literally every major trend that we saw come down the runway last season for this season, I'm going to be covering not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 of the hottest trends for spring 2025 and the new bags that are coming out. So let's kick it off at the very top with my favorite. You said it, East-West trends. When it comes to the East-West trend, I have been reporting on this for probably about a year and a half now. I think it really kicked off late 2023, and then it's really ridden the wave all through 2024. Hello, Celine Boogie. Like, can we even? The Celine Boogie, if you're looking for the perfect pre-owned bag that fits the East-West bill, that looks modern but still has like a vintagey flair throwback feel to it, the Celine Boogie, look no further. So what is the East-West trend? If you haven't been paying attention and you're new to all of this stuff, what is the East-West trend? Well, quite literally exactly what it sounds like. It is an East-West bag. It is elongated, shorter in stature. Did I mention the Celine Boogie? Like, hello, please Celine, just re-release the Celine Boogie. That's all I'm asking for. So with the East-West trend, it is vaguely Y2K, but also still modern. And even though I'm tall, I'm 6'7", my favorite style of bag is the East-West. Because I feel with like, especially taller bags, there's so much wasted real estate at the top of the bag when all of your stuff is sitting here at the bottom. So the East-West bag, literally perfect. Dive in, get what you need, and this bag actually encapsulates 3 of the trends for 2025 that we'll be talking about. Major hint. One of my favorite retailers I saw dropped this bag. This is from Ralph Lauren collection. This is the bowler bag in calfskin. The color is RL Gold, and if you're all familiar with my collection, you know how much I love Ralph Lauren bags, Ralph Lauren ready to wear. Like, it's beautiful. It is well made. It is classic. Like my Bellport bucket bag back here, absolutely stunning. My Rickies, absolutely gorgeous. But this bag kind of like took my breath away when I first saw it. I was looking for new Rickies, and I'm like, okay, the bowler bag in calfskin is where it's at. This bag is going to be popular for several reasons. First of all, it's East-West. It's beautiful. It checks off that mark on the list, if you will. And I think it has a really unique architectural opening. The zipper kind of has like a little flap that goes over it. Could be annoying, could be okay. We'll have to see how that plays out. But with the buckles, the ability for shoulder carry, top handle carry, gorgeous, beautiful brown leather, which is going to be huge for spring, summer 2025. Like brown is going to be the color. This bag is going to be a stunning classic way to buy into the East-West trend. If you're worried about spending too much money on any of these trends, go for more classic pieces that kind of lean into that trend. And this bowler bag just marks off everything on the list. The shoulder strap is adjustable, so if you're not 6'7", I'm sure you can make this go crossbody if you wanted to. I'm going to be trying it on the next time we're downtown at Michigan Avenue. Like, be so serious, this bag is so good. Loewe is going to have another moment. Like, she was huge with the puzzle bag 3 or 4 years ago. With their recent shows, like we're seeing hints that Loewe is going to recapture their place up at the top. And by the way, if you've been to Chicago anytime recently, their new showroom over on Oak Street is absolutely amazing. Like, that tile throughout the showroom is major like home reno inspiration. Stunning. But anyway, this is the Amazona 23 cropped bag in, again, Napa calfskin. Napa leather, it's very soft, it's very beautiful, it's very luxe. And I love how this one has all the same energy from the original Amazona, just done in like a cute little compact style. Guys, it is a vibe. It is perfect East-West energy. You have the option to go top handle. You can also go crossbody or long shoulder. And it has these like really neat architectural feet down at the bottom. Currently priced just a little bit north of the Ralph Lauren bag we took a look at. This one's at $35.50. But again, I think the Amazona, this is going to be another classic for the house. Listen, it was like their bread and butter 20 years ago. And it's really neat to kind of see them nod back to it and re-release it. Looking at you, Celine. Please give us more boogies. That's the theme of today. And even once the whole East-West trend is over, which I hope is never, but let's be so serious, trends always come to an end. This one is classic and beautifully constructed enough that it'll still look nice 4 or 5 years from now. Staying in the same vein of style, the whole little top handle East-West moment, but at a much better price point, we look to Coach. Now for this one, this is the Bowery Satchel 22, so it's going to be pretty similar in size to the Amazona 23. Overall, she's gorgeous. Now the color that I like the most is this brass and dark stone, but it also comes in a beautiful blush color. There's the chalk, which, you know, historically would have been my favorite, but I'm really leaning into like more warmer neutrals, especially as we enter 2025. And then of course the classic black gold colorway. Really well priced at $295. It's gorgeous. I love that it has the little key clochette hanging off the front, the little tulip petal thing going on there. And for being a smaller bag, they're actually small but mighty. These can actually pack quite a bit because again, a lot of the bags that we carry, there's some wasted real estate up towards the top. So really all you need is an East-West bag. They are literally perfect, you guys. Another big trend that we're going to see for especially spring-summer 2025 is going to be the studded trend. And then I was thinking to myself before I filmed this, I'm like, I don't have any studded bags. So obviously I'm going to need to buy a new studded bag, right? For the season? Wrong. I've got my Celine Boogie back here. This is the Boogie Nights that Charlotte carried in Sex and the City. I know I keep bragging about that. And then I have a couple Murakami pieces that have a lot of studs, but like overall my stud game isn't very strong right now. So I do need to add more to my collection in that regard. But I wanted to find some really neat and interesting bags that fall into this studded category. But before we dive in, hey guys, my name's Caleb. I post luxury and lifestyle related content several times a week. So if that's something you're into, hit the subscribe button down below. Consider joining the membership for extra perks, access, and members get a full-time discount over at my website, curated by caleb.com. We also have a yearly members meetup, which is a ton of fun. I'm already looking forward to the next one. But for this first bag, when it comes to studded energy, I am loving the Khaite Elena. Now, this is the small studded suede shoulder bag. This one's going to be leading into a few trends that we're going to be looking at. First of all, I think richer jewel tones are also going to be big for spring summer 2025. We saw like dark burgundies and Merlot colorways in late 2024, was it? Or 23? Was that already a year ago? I'm really confused at this point. And then there's like dark green at some point. So this one kind of, we've got the jewel tones, we've got the studs. I like this one. The price point $19.80, which is not bad for something this size. You know, when it comes to designer handbags, there's like those like core brands we think about, but I want to start thinking about brands outside of the box. So with Khaite, you're still going to get beautiful construction quality and material, but because they don't have that like big main street name, you're going to spend a little bit less, and it's a little bit more niche, if you will, kind of IYKYK luxury, not necessarily quiet luxury. But those of us that know, like we get it, but not everybody's going to get it. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I mean. So just nod your head yes. I don't know. Overall, I think Khaite is a brand to keep your eye on, and this one is no exception. This is a really good bag. Heading back to more mainstream brands, like the ones that we know and love. Let's talk about Fendi. Like what's going on over at Fendi, right? This is the bag embroidered with silver color sequins and rhinestones. I love this one for several reasons. First of all, it's a baguette. You can't go wrong with a baguette. Do I have a baguette? No, I don't. But do you have a baguette? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. But this one was also giving me like vintage Paco Rabanne energy, which is always a vibe. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like those gold circle dresses and stuff. Vintage Paco Rabanne. It's a moment. Get on board. It's priced at $4,400, which with an over-embellished Fendi baguette isn't terrible these days. I hate to say it. I'd be a little careful with what materials you're wearing it with. I could see some of these studs and rhinestones snagging on like cashmere and like looser woven sweaters. So be very careful with that, especially as we're heading into spring, like those like light blouses and things. I could see those being a problem. Be mindful with this bag, but overall she's absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I love the Paco Rabanne throwback. I'm preferring the brown version, but I could see some of you getting on board with this like bright green chartreuse moment with silver hardware and whatnot. Like either way, you really can't go wrong, but the brown's my favorite. Prada seems to be like a perennial comeback kid. Like every 4 or 5 years, like we all go like crazy into Prada and then forget about it. Case in point, the Prada Galleria totes, which I absolutely wanted one back in the day. Lusted over that bag, never did it, don't know why, moving on. Then we had the Prada Re-editions, which had everybody by a chokehold all throughout COVID and post-COVID. And now, you know, we've kind of cooled off a little bit. There's still the Prada brick bag and a few other big key players over at Prada. I think 2025, we're going to see another resurgence in Prada. Speaking of Prada, the Re-edition, the Re-nylon, this is the mini bag with studs. I've chosen it in the color Brandy, which, I mean, one of my favorite songs. It's giving like that Prada crystal energy that we were all into a couple of years ago without being the Prada crystals, you know what I mean? And it's got like those fun silver studs on there, which I think this is a bag you could dress up or dress down. I see this with like a denim jacket at brunch. I could also see this at a nice dinner. It's going to be how you wear it, how you accessorize it. And for $22.50, I mean, designer handbag prices brand new in 2025. Is $22.50 really the worst we're going to see? Probably not. So it's a pretty decent price point. I'm not like the biggest Prada Re-edition fan, but for some reason, this one's speaking to me. I love the color. I love the silver hardware. I like the little tassel on the zipper moment. Like, she's cute. Like, I get it. I get it. Don't be afraid of suede. That kind of rhymes. But one of my favorite materials is obviously suede, and suede is going to be huge for spring 2025. Actually, let me know down in the comments, like, how do you care for your suede bag? Like, do you do like a stone and a brush? Do you have like a suede cleaner that you use? Do you spray yours with like an apple guard, which I personally scares the crap out of me, but do you do that? Like, let me know down in the comments, like, what are your secrets and tips for caring for suede in your collection? I'm curious to know. It's kind of interesting how like there's so much information here in the bag community, and we all kind of seem to fall into different camps when it comes to taking care of things. So I'm curious. Let's get that conversation going down below. Listen, this bag is absolutely stunning, and it's really speaking to me, and I don't I don't need it in my collection, but it is stunning. It's going to fall into a lot of different trends that we've seen both recently and moving forward. First off, this is the medium suede handbag, and you're like, awesome, great, love that. Which one is it? Prada is like the worst brand when it comes to naming their handbags. It drives me absolutely nuts. Again, it's in cocoa brown, which is chef's kiss. It's divine, it's rich, it's sumptuous, it is a stunning color. We have the tassels on the ends, it's east-west, it's suede, it's buckled. You can wear it on the shoulder or go top handle. Like overall, like the Y2K vibes are strong with this one, but they're strong in like a more buttoned up, sophisticated way, if you will. Like it's not just Y2K, you know, Murakami throwback, like it's sophisticated about it. This cocoa brown suede, I think the darker the suede, the easier it is to care for. Like lighter suedes can kind of pick up color transfer and like dirt and grime along the ways. Darker suede seems to have much more longevity when it comes to like just maintaining itself in your wardrobe. And honestly, I'm surprised this whole like east-west style for them hasn't been bigger, especially with like, you know, big buckled totes. Those are huge right now. You've got the Empire, the Margot, like all these different big buckled bags. This is going to be a front runner for them. I think that is the way to go. Throwback to Khaite, to kind of put it back in the Khaite realm. This is the Audrey crossbody bag, and I personally have fallen in love with the eggplant suede colorway. It's under the radar. It's very minimal Y2K energy, kind of east-west, even though it's like a shoulder crossbody moment. You can remove the strap though and make it this stunning clutch, which again, if you're going out in the evening, would be absolutely fabulous. Khaite, check them out. I'll have everything linked down below, but I think Khaite, this is going to be a brand that needs to be on your radar because give it 4 or 5 years. It's going to be a big brand. To round out suede, we're back at Loewe. Listen, again, I think Loewe is going to be doing great things, especially moving forward. This is the XL Puzzle Fold Tote in tartan brush suede. I remember before we had our members meetup last in the fall, this past year, I really wanted to see this tartan printed suede leather moment on the puzzle bag. They didn't have any at my local boutique. And I love that the puzzle tote, you can easily throw this in your luggage if you're someone that travels, especially for the office. Being a business person and traveling, you need to be able to have something fabulous that's also sensible, not too over the top for the workplace if you're going to a conference or something. I think this could easily fit your laptop. Lightweight, simple construction, can go up on the shoulder or top handle. If you're brave enough, you might even be able to flip it inside out and just have the leather. Who knows? Do you? Overall, absolutely stunning. Currently priced at $2,500. She's a vibe. She is a vibe. Now, before we go any further, we've already covered 3 of the big style trends for 2025. Let me know down in the comments, like, which one are you vibing with the most? Are you into the East-West? Like, hello, I am. Studs or suede. I think that, you know, all 3 of these are kind of exciting trends to buy into. Easy trends too, because you probably already have most of these in your closet. So let me know down in the comments too, if you guys want me to do another shop your closet challenge with these trends, because I had a lot of fun doing that last year. And unlike last fall, I did 10 trends, I think. This year we're only doing 5, so that'll be a lot easier to do and actually stick to. For this next trend, we're going to be talking about Fringe. No one's really talking about Alessandra Michele's Valentino right now. I don't know if this is like a sleeper hit or if it's just not a hit, but this first bag encapsulates a lot of the trends we've already talked about. This is the Valentino Nellcote suede shoulder bag with fringes. Not just fringe, it has fringes. There's a difference. Priced at $26.90. I love it because, again, we've got the suede, we have the studs, we have the fringe. If you have a more casual lifestyle, you could dress this up, you could dress it down. It'll work really any direction you need to go. You could do long shoulder or medium shoulder carry with this one. But overall, I think it's absolutely stunning. And listen, no matter who the creative director is at Valentino, we can always count on Valentino Garavani for beautiful materials, good construction. They did the rock stud and the Roman stud for so long. Like, I would trust them with my studded hardware. I really would. Some studded hardware from some brands, it can tarnish, it can rust a little bit. I would be surprised if a Valentino bag did that. But this one's gorgeous. It has grommets, it has studs, it has fringes, again, plural. What about the Peekaboo Soft Small? Like, let's talk about her. So with this one is currently priced at $6,100. It comes in black. I think that they've shown a lot more of these bags, both in the runway and through advertising. On the website, though, when I'm filming this, there's not a lot of options for the fringe style, but this is their new soft Peekaboo line, and apparently it's softer, it's lighter. I did get the chance to play with these a few months ago, and there's just something so relaxed and casual about the Peekaboo, and they took it that one step further now and made it a long shoulder bag. Like, be so serious with fringe and everything. Like, this is going to be a stunning bag, and this really soft leather, it's going to age really well too. Like, this is going to be beautiful. This is a piece that you have for decades. Like, it's one of those like heritage pieces that you're going to have for a really long time. It's going to age beautifully with you. And I mean, fringe, hello. Be so serious. Peekaboo and fringe, like, sign me up. It's $6,100, so there's that. This photo with it all spread out, like, come on, be so serious. It's a gorgeous bag. We've been looking at a lot of the higher end designers, but what are the more contemporary designers doing with this trend? So with that, we look over to Tory Burch. Not a brand I talk about a lot on this channel, no particular reason, but this one I thought was a lot of fun. So it's kind of giving Chanel 22 energy without being the Chanel 22. Currently priced at $7.98. This is the mini Fleming feather hobo bag. Say that 5 times fast. It's not necessarily fringe, but it is kind of artistic version of feathers. Some of this is leather. I think some might be actual feathers. Overall, it's absolutely fascinating in design. I think you could dress this up. You could dress it down like many of the bags on this list. There's also some beading here on the satin. Of the two, I think the black is the most wearable. Like the white is pretty. She's very ethereal energy. She's giving like Rivendell energy, right? The black is where it's at. I think that one's going to be the easiest to wear. The less, I don't want to say ostentatious because the white's not ostentatious, but it's a little bit less in your face. It's a little bit more low key. This one's really well priced for all the detail that goes into it. You've got the beads, the satin, the feather appliques that have been cut out. Like overall it is absolutely gorgeous, and it's an interesting take on the fringe trend. It really is. I saw the most beautiful Bottega Veneta bag. I have not gay gasped and ran across the handbag section in a very long time. About a month or so. This one did it for me. This was the Maxi Lauren bag, and it was done in like a woven the Intrasiato leather that Bottega is so famous for. Kind of reminded me, if you remember back to what Coach showed us on their most recent runway, those big kiss-lock clutches. This is going to be a much more elevated version of that. With the elevation comes the price tag. The one I was looking at was $8,000, but currently on the website, the Maxi Lauren 1980 is priced at $6,900 for just the plain weathered leather. Say that 5 times fast. Personally, for me, I would prefer the Intrasiato leather. I think that it's worth the extra $1,100 probably, maybe. That sounds so silly to say out loud, but it was absolutely stunning, and I thought it was a gorgeous bag. This one is done in the color light wood, which of course, you know, Bottega can never just say brown. Like it's got to be fondant or stone or pebble or babbling brook. I don't know what they name their stuff. It's all very like, you know, nature themed, if you will. Is it going to be heavy? Yes. Is she going to be a pain to carry? 100%, but she's going to be stunning. And I think really on point, really on trend for 2025. You know, I'm not really such a clutch guy anymore, but I can make an exception for this Maxi Lauren. Like, she is fabulous. I haven't talked about YSL in a moment. I'm ready for some new things over at YSL. I really am. I think the Stefano Pilati era was like peak YSL in my opinion. It's my opinion. But this bag kind of does it for me because it's kind of pulling back from some of his Y2K aesthetics. And this is the Y Tote in leather. I didn't want to do the E-Car or the I-Care, however you want to say it. We've seen that. She's gorgeous. I can appreciate it, but let's look at what's new. And this Y Tote in leather is absolutely stunning. It's very simple. We have that Y element that was famous on a lot of the bags from the Pilati era. Currently priced at $3,800. They call this color brick. Be so serious. It's like a light brown, I think. Don't quote me. I might just have my dimness turned down. It's going to be big and comfortable. It looks like it's going to mold to the body really well straight out of the box. It's not going to be like a leather you have to break in. I like that it's minimally branded, but like those of us that know, I can really appreciate that YSL is pulling from a lot of their older design cues. Like they've re-released the Downtown for the men's collection, which is a vibe. And I think this could work for both men and women. I think this is a really gender neutral tote. I kind of want to go try one on. I'm not going to lie. All right, now let's end this with the bag that is high on my obsession list. Ferragamo. Like, what is it with Ferragamo always tempting me? First, there was the studio bag. Now there's this bag. I'm just going to show you guys. This is the Hug Bag, size large. Like, listen, I've talked about this before. Every time we go into Neiman Marcus, every single time I have to go up and visit the Hug Bags. They currently have these shearling ones that are just to die for. They're stunning. But this one is in dark Barolo. Now, the Hug Bag large comes in a variety of colors, at least 15 it looks like to be exact, 15 or 17. For what it is, priced at $3,500, I don't think that's terrible. Like, yes, it's highway robbery. Like, no bag should cost that much. A bag this size in 2025 from a big design house, like, we'll take it. We'll take what we can get, right? And they kind of got me with their super cute little winter comfy videos that they did over on Instagram. I shared them in my stories. Like, so freaking cute. Now, this one's big for several reasons. It has that kind of dome shape a la Miss Margot or the Empire. It's belted, which, you know, the whole belted bag energy, like, will never go away. Listen, we've got the Birkin, we've got the Kelly. She does all of that stuff, but she does it right. It's casual, it's fabulous. You can go top handle, you can go long shoulder, you can go crossbody. Is this the year I break down and buy a Ferragamo? No, it's not. Especially moving into 2025 and be a lot more mindful. And I really only want to add like 3 bags max. But guys, this bag, she is stunning. And I mean, it's a beautiful bag from a heritage brand. You literally cannot go wrong. Just make sure you pick like a really good color. Either you're going to look for like a nice warm brown or like a really rich jewel tone. Like think of an emerald or the dark Barolo I showed you. Like go for like a rich, sumptuous color. That's going to be huge for 2025. That is it. We're at the end. Those are my 5 major trends to look out for spring 2025. Let me know in the comments, do you own any of these bags already? Are you going to be adding any of these bags to your collection already to bring it back to the whole shop your closet situation? Do you already have some of these trends in your closet? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.